Alright, you bitches. Are you ready? Because here we go again. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting live stream. He says, regardless of who's in the call with him. We'll be quickly moving ourselves over to our live screen. I just want to keep up with you guys and say, if you do have any questions for us, there is a specific channel in the community Discord communication server. Go and put those questions in there, or leave them in my live chat. We'll read them out if you want to. Either or. We'll see you in a minute. I'm just going to unmute myself and listen to the whole fecking outcry from waddling. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
So I didn't want to speak.
Hello. Everyone live, folks.
Hello.
Howdy, 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 ho.
They have been...
That scares me.
They have been briefed on what not to say. But is that going to stop
We're
them?
going to totally ignore it.
Completely. We're all getting cancelled by the end of the night.
We're all going to be
Absolutely.
cancelled, including myself.
Exactly.
Sounds like a good night into that.
It'll get a
God,
special message
kill
off
me,
YouTube
please.
saying you've been a bad, bad boy.
Oh my god, man.
Your screen was naughty, naughty, naughty.
We're off to a good start.
Off to a fantastic start. Right, well, first of all, shall we start
Oh,
by
shut
me grabbing a vehicle and actually going somewhere?
Yeah.
When people join in, we start answering the one question.
Yeah, true. True that. True that.
Guys,
So, 1 second. So
put
that,
it in the YouTube chat or in the specific channel we have in the communication server, which Shadow may or may not have linked in the.
It should have been in there, but unfortunately my friend Wood didn't give me the link.
What link?
The link to your
Copy and
freaking
paste
comm
it.
server, you fig.
It's on like the destination blinds in the Roblox group. It's everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and copy that from the Destiny Blind, you bitch. You think I have time for that?
Woodville, welcome to the Travel team. Yeah.
This is going swimmingly well.
This man expects me to do things and then doesn't do things to help me.
I told you, it's like working for Haven. Oh, can you do this for me? Yeah, can you give me the tools to do it?
Get on
No.
board, get on board, look.
Right, here, have a link and stick. Oh, okay, I can't say it.
Instead, stick it up my backside. What? Oh my god, thanks for that, man. Thanks. That's the most helpfulest thing ever.
That's what you asked for.
The link!
Where's the code? Just stick a
Oh my-
discord.gg in front of it.
Oh my god.
Facebook.gg/yep the boys.
Yep, the boys.
The boys. Hang on, let me figure this out. Hang on, let me send a useless thing to this person.
Also, barring Ariba's terrible attempt at a live stream earlier, Shadows will probably be the first successful live stream of 2025.
I do this professionally, he says.
No, yeah, okay. Okay.
I do this more professionally than
Next
than
joke,
Leslie.
please. I think this is a comedy shirt.
Guys, go to facebook.com/groups/3425168678969.
All right, folks who
What are
are
you doing, lads?
folks who are after the
It's
link
It's the
to.
link to the Facebook page.
Hang on. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have
In-
that anymore?
We do. We still have that. For those of you that don't know, Travel Woodville does have a Facebook page. Feel free to join.
And I am about to put a post in there now.
I don't think I've posted in that or even looked at that page in at least the past 5 years.
If anyone's after the
Oh, it's only
communication
active for
server,
years, so-
update your browser now. It should now be in the description because Woodling's a bitch.
What?
What?
Okay, right. Now they're being awkward because we've had 3 questions.
There you go.
3 of which are from admins, and one of them can get shafted,
Oh god.
which is ILO, because he already knows the answer to that question.
I love.
ILO.
Right, so the first question is, what do you think will be the next edition of buses, or if there is none, then what will you plan to bring next? From
Whatever that says.
What are Makahika Malahini who?
Uma, what can I got? Ooh, I wanna.
We're going to refer.
Poo, poo,
In
poo.
case he asks any more questions, we are going to refer to him as Heil.
Heil!
We can't use that. I took the first 4 letters of the name and then I read it out and I was like, no, we can't use that.
Hyle Woodling!
We can't use that.
We'll use his disc or
What? No, we'll just refer to him from this point forward as Dave.
Yes.
Dave,
This is
now-
Dave.
This is Dave.
Right, no, right, hang on a minute. Can we kick them two out of here, please?
automatic Kalashnikov 46.
They can't speak anyway. They're just here for numbers.
Yeah, they're just here.
They can't speak.
Wait, that means we can roast them to high hell.
Oh,
Anyway, right, so answering the questions.
yes.
So Woodlong.
Yes.
Automatic Kalashnikov 46 asks, what do you think will be in the next edition of buses? Or if there is none, then what do you plan to bring next?
Well, I'm, as we speak, working on the next update. You know, I know. Shock horror! I literally released one this morning.
About 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
Le gas.
It wasn't finished when it was released. It's still not finished now, but such is life. I'm halfway through building a roundabout in the slap bag in the middle of the fastest road in the game. So this is gonna go. Well, you know that bit of the A1 that everyone goes down at like 100 mile an hour. It's really
Oh.
Yep.
there is now a roundabout in the middle of that.
Welcome,
So-
folks, for those joining us. If you want to put a question in, put it in live stream questions and we'll get around to it.
Indeed.
So the next time somebody tries to go down that road at 100 odd, they're gonna
Plow straight over a roundabout.
pass straight to a roundabout. Because here at Travel, we like to do things as safely as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Anyway.
I love 96, although he probably knows the answer to this already. Asked, will there be more coaches? Irizar, I6s, I4s, or Van Hulls, etc.
There's a replacement for that P&O5 that was based in Ultra Echo. There's a replacement for that coming somewhat soon. I haven't really looked at it yet, to be honest. It's not at the top of my priority list. But somewhat soon there is another one of them coming. So there's that to look forward to. It's a bit of a higher spec version that won't be kicking out quite as much black smoke. Because,
Flag.
yeah,
Flag.
environmental agency got in touch. They were happy.
Yeah, they did. They're not happy. Apparently, our carbon footprint is really bad.
It'll be the 54 plates next.
It's bad.
We're
like
not
to-
great, apparently.
We like to
it's-
contribute to the carbon footprint negatively,
Like-
but
like, first of all,
we don't contribute to the carbon footprint. We just can't contribute to
carbon footprint contributes
global
to
warming as an entity.
I mean, if we're gonna start doing that, we might as well start removing vehicles because of carbon footprint issues.
We'd lose
Starting
half
with them
the-
trains. I mean, have you seen how smoke they kick off?
That not
Especially when Josh is driving the bubble cars.
not
Jesus.
just that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've got the 54 plates. I mean, those can go next.
Yeah, well, Euro 6 isn't a thing around here. We
No.
just
It's
the
just
more the environment's getting hurt, the better, I think, because it's all a game, and no one's gonna care.
Yes!
Yes, Pro Chris, I agree. Fuck carbon footprint, embrace pollution. Indeed, sir. You can have a job.
Stop the photos.
Next question is
Down
from
with
our
the
good
government!
pal- Next question is from our good pal Mad Trains, who asks Woodville version 28 when?
What the hell? Let us get to version 6 first. We're
All
still on
right,
time.
ban this man. Remove him of his
Ban this man,
admin
get him out.
immediately.
Unhammer!
Get him gone.
Get him gone.
He's past his sell-by
28,
date.
I mean, it's taken me, let me do the maths, it's taken me since 2018, so that's what? 20, that's taken me 7 years to get through 6 games. So to get through another 22,
He will be 52 and on his deathbed.
I will most likely
Either that, or he'll
be on my
already be
deathbed
dead
unable to
because of a
contact
heart
anyone
attack.
at that point.
By that point, it won't be called Woodville anymore, it'll be called Madman Town.
Mad town.
Oh, well, I'd just be dead completely,
No, well,
will I? I just you
yeah,
guys let
yeah,
it
yeah,
go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
Who says we're taking over? God, we ain't that lucky.
It's a thing called overthrowing the hierarchy.
We just kicked him out of his own village. I love put another question in asking when will we have more optimization for the user using a menu, aka slider control, destiny of foliage, etc.
Can
Yes.
you not England, good sir? It's density.
Density, yes. The destiny of foliage. Get rid of it all.
Destiny
Build
of
houses
foliage.
everywhere.
Trees.
There's
Yes.
plenty of trees. I too am a master of trees.
Oh, trees of Christ, here we go.
Oh, don't be doing
Oh, boo.
that. Don't be doing that.
Boo.
That's
I'm-
Ah,
Wait, who left?
No.
who is leaving?
Everybody left because Jack made a fucking pun.
God damn it.
You've killed.
right.
You've killed
Oh.
everybody.
Procris put a second question in, asking, will bus sounds be improved or stay as idling, just going in higher pitch? I believe that was more because it's easier for you to script them.
Well,
Without, I mean,
technically,
depends on the
it's a two-part. That's a two-part question. It's A. It could be A, either easier, or B. Roblox, stop taking down our audio files, you bitch.
that's the one. That's the
There's nothing wrong with them. It's just an engine. Get over it.
They don't like it.
Shadow is now ear rape.
As you can tell, Shadow feels real passionate about that subject.
The amount of pain I feel because from an editing point of view because of that one issue. I feel Wood's pain for that.
Jack,
So that's
you
why
wanna
the
go
sounds are like they are. I am trying
Yep.
to improve them. But every time I put an improver on, Roblox is like, no, your account's suspended.
No, you're not allowed to do that.
It's like the amount of times that you were trying to get the beaks sort
Um,
of the wrestling.
Um,
And it
Yes.
was like,
okay, we'll go with that, Kyle.
next question is from Mad Cranes, and he says, when will door handles be added on the buses?
They won't.
You're fired.
We don't need door handles. We like people to struggle when they're trying to, get out in an emergency. As long as we can get
It's
out.
just generally down to the age of the model and how well it's been put together. Certain models.
Okay,
So
so
if I try and build them, I'll put door
before
handles.
we do the next question,
Some
I
models
have got
don't have
one.
them.
I've got two in my chat currently.
Oh, go for it.
One from Trainspotter going, what happens if I feel like I don't want to stop for a roundabout?
Then you die.
Then you get banned.
If you can manage to get over the top of it, then be my guest. But I'm gonna either put a lot of trees or a ditch in the middle.
You
So
won't do the walk of fame.
you will have to climb out of said ditch.
Second question, and this is from that nerd Falco. What will come next in the next update? So we're getting into the juicy questions.
Yes.
It will be the Potato Town update. Everything will be made of potatoes.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
Do you want an actual answer, or are we just gonna stick with that one? We best get that.
Either or, sunshine.
I'm now working on sort of bulking up what got added in this update. Obviously, at the minute, it's just one road leading to a town. So I'm trying to bulk it up. I'm adding a second road with another route going down there. More of like a less frequent, maybe once, twice a day service. Just serving the little out of the way villages. But that it sort of puts a bit of meat on the bones of the area, because at the minute it's just one stretch of road with a couple of towns and houses.
It's all a bit.
Bushes on the side
It's
of it.
all a bit bony.
Yes.
Can I also
Leave
just say
it.
that a Reaver Yorkshire does not know how to drive?
Oh, we're aware.
Nor does Kai Trains, because I've just witnessed him do a freaking 360-degree turn in the middle of an intersection on camera.
Next question.
I
from
love.
It's the fact that he was coming into Whiten and decided,
All day
do I
ticket.
drive on the road? No, I'm
Nah.
going to the side.
That'll be 12.50 there, love.
Iambus asks, when would we get duty cards? I believe they are planned to be made. However, I think we're getting the bulk updates out of the way first.
Yes, I
They're
have
a bit of a
got.
side project, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a bit of a side. I've got some made and some timetables. I'm doing all the sort of the local town services first. So I've done the 1s, the 3s, the 4s and X4s, the 5s, X3, 30, and the 20 as well. Yeah, I think that's all. Your local based ones. They'll all go on to one duty. I'll then look at maybe all the services that go out towards Whiten. I'll put them on a duty, and you can sort of have 4 duties running at the same time. You and your mates doing, you get my drift.
Yeah.
Following on from that is that going to be...
Carl, I'll let you message William back about that.
Is
Go on,
that
Jack.
people who want to role play.
Mm.
Basically, yeah. There's no There's not compulsory.
I mean,
It's not
it,
compulsory to follow.
yeah, no.
You can just drive what you want when you want. But
Have a look at the timetable. Oh, the last 7's at 23:15. Oh, but it's 20 past midnight. I can't go to sleep. Oh, I can't do
Yeah.
7.
the only services that are
Yes,
time
I realise
restricted
there's a bell there, mate.
are
Fucking
the ones
Christ on my
that
bike.
physically won't let you.
Fucking shut up! Sorry, Kyle is
okay.
driving me around the
Yes,
bend.
I'm trying to do a Q&A here, lad. Come
Well,
on now.
Fucking get that man to sort his life out.
So the only,
Yeah, so-
the only time-specific routes are the N3, the N5, and the 3X currently.
And there's a couple more.
Yes.
There's a 31E, which is coming, and that's a What do you call
Jesus
it?
Christ, I'm being harassed.
that's a weekend only service.
Well, that's why I said
You'll know that a service is restricted as to when it can be run because all the destination codes for them are 006 something. If that makes sense. Everything 006.
It's like
number.
how the 3's are 14 and 15, but the 3X is 64 and 65.
Exactly. The destination codes are key to whether it's time restricted or not. They're the only ones.
So, Higher Loves also asked, when will trainings make a return to work for certain buses? So I did ask our admin team, I think it was a week or so back, just as a bit of a feeler, if anyone would be interested in bringing back trainings. It has been discussed, but nothing has been confirmed as of yet. I did get six yeses though to that, to be fair.
There seems to be a lot of interest to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean-
the whole ins and outs on how it will work is still being ironed out.
The only thing for me personally, I would say about trainings is that worked all well and good when we had coaches that you could progress up to. Obviously, the coaches in version 5 are a Game Pass, so it's not really a necessity. But if people would like to be trained and think that that's something that they want, then
I
by all means,
mean, I think we've just figured out our use of PNO5.
yeah.
Scrap.
God, would you imagine scrapping it, get rid of it?
Get rid of it. No.
Um,
I think generally, as a whole, they have sort of died out a bit now, haven't they? You
Yeah.
don't see them as much. So, it's worth looking at.
Yeah.
Potentially in future again.
We will look into that. Second question from Higher Love was, will there be a return to suggestions and a possibility for a Trello board for members to see planned updates or additions to the game? Obviously, the way Wood's always done things is just announce it when he's
Announce it
ready.
when, or
When-
when it's not quite ready, but yet I've decided to announce it anyway. That
Yeah.
happened a couple of days ago, and I was still up this morning working on it.
Well,
That didn't, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely something that could be worth looking to. I mean, the only thing with suggestions is obviously we all decided that suggestions needed to go because of the amount of stupid stuff that was put in there. Like, fair enough, you want to suggest vehicles, do you know what I mean? Like, Wood will probably ignore you because that's just what you but eventually, if you ask 3 years in advance, you will probably get it. As long as somewhere in real life does something really good with it, then you will probably get it in a couple of years. All jokes aside, though, that it was very, very.
It was stupid.
It was stupid. Some of the suggestions that we were getting. Some of them were genuine, and some of them, to be fair, did actually happen. But like, obviously, I think someone actually mentioned in V3 or 4 that they would have liked a countryside aspect to it, and lo and behold, look at V5. I mean, it is becoming a city, but it started off as an actual countryside sort of map. And that's when Wood decided to stem away from doing stuff related to real life and decided to go into his own thing, and look what he's made out of it.
Right, can you just fill me in there? I had to disappear for a second. Did I miss anything?
No, not really. Just I was answering my half to the question. So there will be a return to suggestions and a possibility for a Trello board for members to see planned updates
Hey,
and
Mike.
additions to it.
Right, I mean... Oh, that's fine. The only thing I can really add to that is that suggestions, well, yeah, it is great to see what people want, what direction the player base wants the game to go in. Generally, for me to be able to develop a game, I need to have a sort of clear idea in my head already of the direction I want it to go. And don't get me wrong, I mean, these guys know all too well, you say something and I'll latch onto an idea and that'll be it. it's getting
Yeah.
done.
Look at the damn rail network.
Yes.
That's
That
a
came off
prime
of-
example. That came off of just
Yeah.
a small idea, and we should get it to work.
That came off of us going to the NYML one. Yeah. So, but generally speaking,
Yeah, that was.
will-
I want to say that was caused by that E400 behind me that's constantly honking. Jack,
Yes, yes, it was.
do you want to sort that out?
Yeah, let me off, please.
Mad
There you
Trains
go,
asks,
sir.
will there be a bug report channel for game bugs? I think this was suggested before suggestions got removed, actually, and I think we did have a bug channel at one point. But
Moving to block.
what we tend to do now is a lot of the admins, if we can, we'll get on, we'll stress test it. Obviously, if there is any bugs, it's easier just to either pop a message in chat or create a ticket. Well, the ticket system was created so that obviously we can pick up on those bit by bit and say, right, well, obviously these are what's going on. We need to look into it. Oh, and Wood's connection went terrible for a second then, and it's back.
There you go, Shadow. You're good to go.
I'm just seeing if
Everything
HJ
all
wants to get on. Just,
My died again.
Oh,
I've just lost
fantastic.
3 hours worth of development work. Brilliant.
Oh.
What are you playing?
Lovely. Mad Trains asked, will there be a bug report channel for game bugs?
When we had it, have we not still got one?
No, we had one. I don't think we have it anymore.
No, I've still got one.
But does it not come under? Does it not come under the ticket?
Yeah. Surely it'd be make a ticket.
oh my.
If not, they generally get spammed in discussions anyway.
Yeah. we
so
do. Oh yeah, no, there you go. Yeah. Ticket. If it starts with ticket number 1, it's a bug report ticket.
yeah, there you go.
So there is in there. So the
It's-
ticket system was created to make it easier for us.
And once you are finished with this one, I've got 4 more questions on my live stream.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
I think I'll just go for what I was saying before my computer.
So
Packed in for the second
my
time today.
next one is from
Um,
William.
Okay.
In a
Fine.
second.
Fine.
Go on,
fine,
go on, go on,
fine.
go on, go on, go on, go on.
No,
go on.
no. Carry on. Don't let me interrupt
We,
the flow.
no, we started talking at the same time, so you've got something else to add
mine.
on that.
No, don't matter.
Right.
I've lost my train of thought now. I'm perfectly
Fair
honest with you.
So next one from William is: will next up announcements get removed?
Yes and no. So the system that's in at the minute is very clunky, very ineffective, and it's just not great altogether. The plan is to implement a new system which can then be rolled out. So that's why if you look at your refurbed vehicles like your E200s, they haven't received new screens or anything like that. Because at some point, anyone's guess when, I am going to be reworking the system. It's at the minute, if you picture, there's an invisible block in front of your vehicle. If you're in a vehicle with them, there's an invisible block which is constantly detecting what it's touching. And if it detects it's touching a block with a certain code name, it knows to play a sound, it knows where it is. Now that works in theory, but as soon as you have a crash and that block ends up touching another bus which has got hundreds of parts in it, it's then detecting each one of them parts, and before you know it, you've got a laggy mess.
Which
Because it's detecting everything.
yeah, which for some people is already a laggy mess for those potato PCs.
Yep.
Yes. So the theory is to do it more quote unquote GPS based. So have it detecting the actual location, but the orientation of the vehicle on the map.
Have you not implemented something quite similar into the signalling system for the railway, so you can pick up where people are?
No, the signalling system on the railway uses the old system, but it's a lot lower intensity because of how that is set up. There's nothing actually on the train. It's the blocks themselves that are doing the communicating.
Fair enough.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm restricted on what I can say, but we have a system in place already that involves going from location to location. You should know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yep. That system can quite easily be adapted so that we've got the technology to do it. It's just I've not implemented it yet, but I intend to implement it on all routes. So even though not all vehicles will have the screens and the announcements, all vehicles' ticket machines will cycle through as you go through the stops. You know, as the announcement buses do. You know, the ticket machine automatically it goes through thingy and changes what stop you're at. You know, it knows where you are.
Shadow, you've gone past the past 2 stops. I wanted to get off that.
You, at this point, Mad Trains is continuously God, he keeps pressing the bell without stopping, so I'm there going, someone's messing with me.
It's not me spamming the bell. I don't know who it is, but I wanted to get off at Tesco's.
Well, I'm sorry, man. Not my fault.
Shadow, you had a couple more questions.
I do have a couple more. Next one is from someone called Jamie. Would you consider adding a timing thing to the ticket machine so when you click on it, it shows what time you have left and how much time you have left at the stop?
Potentially, but that would mean getting the timetables and having to quite painfully copy all of that data across into a timetabling script, which it is probably doable, but for the amount of people that would be using it, I mean, I'm not too sure. I mean, we could have it so that it sort of, it does it based on the time you activate the run. So instead of saying you've got to wait until 8 o'clock and then be there at 8:03, you could start the route at 8:02. If that's the point that you leave the stand, it will then create its own timetable from there.
Yeah.
If it knows how long it should take you to get between stops. That works in theory.
But in reality, nah.
It's more difficult. I think for how it be for the amount of time it be utilised.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, something I'm going to do something similar. I've not had a chance to implement it yet, and I've not really had anywhere to implement it really. I know coming out of V4, I did have a system that ran, you know, them next bus boards in the bus stops.
Yeah.
I had one of them which worked, but was a bit clunky. It worked off the same system that next stop system that was on about earlier goes off of. Again, blocks in the road, detecting the bus's location when it has a collision with a part that's invisible in front of the bus. So again, I want to try and move away from doing stuff like that because trying to detect collisions between two invisible parts, one on the bus, one on the ground, that is a source of lag, which we could do without really. I mean, there's a lot of I've been doing a lot recently for the getting rid of optimization of the game, and I think stuff like that just puts us in the wrong direction. There are ways around it with this whole GPS finding a part's location instead of having it touch blocks, but I still need to explore further into that. I think.
Chapalski, just a quick one, Shadow, before you carry on with yours in the chat. Chapalski put, how come when I tried to load in-game, my character loads, my screen stays on the menu, and how do you fix it? To be honest, just be patient. That's the only thing. It's still quite new, the whole menu screen, and there is a few people that have had similar issues. It's just a case of waiting. Keep trying. If you find it happens more than once, just pop a ticket in and we can look into it.
Yeah, we did have a lot of problems with the main menu last year. I'm saying that now we're 20 hours into 2025. Earlier last, when the menu first came out, with players being able to spawn in as a passenger, but not being able to spawn in as a driver until the game had like 5 minutes to load in. That was down to the fact that when I first made this, scripted it all, I had just bear with me 1 second. My computer's load back up again. I'll significantly better audio quality is incoming.
Fuck's sake.
Am I?
Yeah, that's
There we
better.
go. You're back.
There we go. Yeah, my computer just died a minute ago. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yes, the way it was scripted, there's an if statement within the the buttons process or whatever, there's a script in there that was saying if the player is in group and the group's ID number. So what that was doing, it was requiring Roblox to on the server side to request data from the Roblox servers. It was the game server and to request from Roblox's servers whether said player was in the group or not, and that was taking time when you were still loading your game in. The Roblox was prioritising getting the assets loaded in over checking whether you were in the group or not, because that's what it is more important. But obviously that meant that the script couldn't run through until you'd loaded in. So what I did on Christmas Day, I did a little bug fix update, a couple of bug fixes, a bit of optimization, just 'cause I was bored. What I did within that, I changed it so instead of Roblox requesting from its servers whether you're in the group or not, it now only checks you're on the right hand side of the screen, the player tab, you've always got a rank. It now just detects if your rank is not guessed, then it can continue. So it means that if you join the game and then tab out and join the group, you will have to rejoin the game before it'll let you team. But that's better in my eyes than you not being able to spawn in until your game's fully loaded, which can take 5 minutes sometimes. Wi-Fi down to a poor showing. So that's it. There still may well be issues, but that's the only main issue I was aware of with that new main menu. I've not been made aware of anything else, so that I've not heard anything bad about it since.
From
So
what
think
I
that's
have
fine.
seen, it's just been loading issue, user issues.
Yeah. So for the most part, that should have been rectified by me changing where the button script was getting this data from. It's now getting it from inside the game server as opposed to getting it from the Roblox server. I went a bit too much into depth. I think
It's
I
a
think
Q&A. It's a Q&A, dude.
just a bit of an insight into what we have to do.
It
It's not
takes
as clear cut as,
honestly.
oh, I'll just make it not be broke. You know,
Yeah.
If it was
basically.
that easy, we would be on version 28 already.
we would.
Another one from my one, which is
Hang on, just got that Chipolsky. Would you recommend just waiting when? Yeah, if the main menu's not working, it's probably because your game's loaded in. I mean, the first thing you can do is just have a look at the. Obviously, I put a camera up, haven't I? Above the bus station, you can see what's going on. Just have a look around on there, see if you can see if everything is loaded. If you can see some of the roads missing still, some of the trees is missing. You know.
Flying Gemini over Haydn.
I want it.
excellent.
They released the handbrake and kite trains.
Are you good there then, Wood? Were you ready for your next one?
Yeah, I think, yeah. So just have a look around in the scenery, make sure, has everything loaded in? Can you see some trees missing? Is there a bus driving round that's got some bits missing still? If everything is loaded, and you've been sat on for about 5 minutes, it's still not playing ball, try rejoining. If it still won't work, give us a shout. But I've not known anything like that happen since we did the.
Just a quick last note before the next question as well. We've noticed a lot of the time, at least I notice a lot of the time, people tend to have issues when it's update day. Obviously, we get really, really busy in the game, which is absolutely fantastic. But we do know that does take a strain on it as well. So obviously, just bear in mind how many people are in the game as well, and what your own personal Roblox settings are. So even if you just lower your settings while you load in, bang it back up to what you normally would have it on, then you should be good to go.
Yeah, that is probably going to be your best shout to do. And then on next question is an everyone question that's in here. Shock horror. And Trainspotter asks if there were any bosses that we could add personally, what would they be?
Dennis Dart. Straight up.
Yeah, and for me, same again. Dennis Dart, ALX 300s. I wouldn't mind seeing the roll blind ALX 400 back. To be fair,
I won't mind.
That was good. You were actually quite proud of that one.
that one was a proud moment. I did like that. But Jack,
And of course, you've got to remember as well, since that thing was made and removed, obviously players won't have seen it, but on our side, we have got some roll-of-line stuff in the game in the form of those signals.
oh yeah,
Obviously, I've put in a couple of signals on our train network that have a scrolling number that it tells the driver as it's going past one of them semaphore signals what platform he's going into. That uses the same roll-of-line technology as that ALX did, but it's so much more advanced and so much more refined nowadays. Just because of
Wood's gonna get
better
Wood's
at
gonna
things
get
what you do.
annoyed with two of Mad Crane's suggestions. He said Satara G facelift and BG58 OML.
Well, BG it's a tower bendy, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
but
One of
it's
the
like
XR ones.
bendy Sataro. Oh god.
Obviously, a lot of people
Bendy
wouldn't put it,
buses
but
have-
Wood did try and put a bi-articulate coach in, and that didn't go well. So let's not go bendy.
I mean,
There's
two
a lot
maybe.
There's a lot of things that I've, managed to do while in my time developing. There's stuff like the trains and there's all sorts of things that I've wanted to do, not been able to do it for ages, and then have eventually got my work my way to do it and
Yeah.
worked out how to do. Bendy buses have been one thing which since day one I've tried to add and I've still not managed to successfully do them without being overtaken by the back half of the bus.
Yeah. Jack,
So
after
to this
Wood,
day,
a second.
bendy buses are not something which I know how to actually implement properly. So that's why we've never seen a bendy bus on any of the Woodville games properly. V1 was there's a bendy coach. I had a pink Sataro in V1. They're the only times bendy buses have ever appeared on our roads. And
Yeah.
neither were public.
Jack, you're the last one to comment. What vehicle would you implement? If you could implement one.
I wouldn't mind a bit of variation. I know obviously we've got the B9 Gemini, we've got G1 and G2, but I wouldn't mind seeing some of the VDL Geminis, so like the ones that Arriva have in Yorkshire.
DB250? 300s.
I believe they are.
Yeah. That'd be nice. I mean, VDL all in all are, basically the same. I'm pretty sure it's just a branch off. But no, it'd be nice to see a couple different variations, that's for sure.
And they, just
I
so,
mean-
like, we've got a bit thingy. It's like I believe there's some different engine. I could be completely wrong here, but I believe there's some presidents that have got different engines in the B7s.
Alright, Mad Cranes, calm down.
I mean, I'll just say because I didn't really put me 50p on what vehicles I like to see because generally speaking most of the vehicles I want to see
Oh,
I
really?
have plans to add them
Yes.
because
Yeah.
that's kind of how it works. But I might as well mention a couple that I haven't got concrete plans into, but I'd like to see myself. Something that's going to happen. Quite often plans fall through or whatever, and it's not something that I've actually invested any time or effort into putting together yet. But it could happen. It's what I like to. I ran it past someone, I can't remember who it was. A hybrid B5 Gemini was one that was on the cards as a. That'd be cool.
You mentioned that to a few of us, to be fair.
Right, yeah.
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 I don't think I
we've
was
got
on that
everything we need
list.
for that. We've got everything we need for that. We've got the Gemini body.
Shush, can't.
All I need to do.
Oh god!
All. The hybrid drive of the A400. So everything's there. It just means
I mean,
on a B5LH the wheels are a bit further forward, a bit more back end to it, you know. So there's a couple of minor modifications you're making to the model, but on the whole, there's not much that would need changing. So that's certainly.
Just a quick note for the guys talking in the live stream questions chat. If we can try and just limit it to questions, obviously we're reading through them and you're just basically having a conversation. But if
God
you
damn
can
it,
try and
guys.
keep them to questions, that would make it a little bit easier for us.
Fucking
You
Christ.
can still use the discussion channel, the normal discussion channel for your conversations. You don't have to read through everything.
Kyle, do you want to go sort that out for me?
While they're doing that, so
Oh,
one of the things
God.
that I love asked was more operators, like private coach operator or something. I would like to answer this one on Wood's behalf because we have had quite a few thorough conversations regarding this.
Yes.
It is in the works. There is a yeah. If you remember the transits, there is
Yes.
sort of something small been put in. I'm not going to go into too much detail because it will ruin it, and Wood is personally excited if we can get this to work properly on a bigger scale. But there was things a few months ago, I believe it was about July, August time, that were being trialled. Again, it's something that kind of got put on the back burner while updates were coming through, so we can actually get you guys the content that you're after. You know, more areas, more routes. But there is something in the works, including an update to the coaching Game Pass. There will be a few more additions to that once obviously Wood's got all his stuff in
Do
order.
we want to go into any more detail?
No,
I mean,
leave it.
that's
Leave
your
it.
call. I was gonna say, that's your call. You're creating it.
I reckon that, seeing as how we don't have it obviously like fully set in concrete yet.
Josh,
Well, the system's all there. sat
make
on
your
a-
way
on a-
to
on a-
Woodville
a
Crossing Gate,
workspace.
please.
You know what I mean though. So like obviously, I reckon until.
Oh, hang on, it might be fixed.
Don't, or until we're closer to releasing it. Don't go any further into detail.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Okay.
fixed now.
Well,
The
there you go,
crossing
so-
gate was pushed open. I have no idea by what.
It does that sometimes. I don't know why.
There we go. But at least we've sort of said there is something coming
Yeah.
with the coaches. Obviously at the minute it's a bit
It'll be a little bit off, yeah.
boring. It's literally just coaches on service runs.
Yeah.
That's, you know, I can tell you with confidence as someone who works with them, that isn't proper coaching. Just doing school runs. So that is something which I'm personally want to get sorted. I mean, don't get me wrong, school runs and such are quite a big bit of what we do on coaching, but it's not exclusively that. There is a lot more to coaching that's not
Then just taking into
set,
decks on
set
the
route
on the
service runs that I want to explore into. Let's leave it at that, shall we, before I say anything else I don't want to say.
Yeah.
There we go.
Shadow,
Exploring
you've
coaching away from
service
fixed
route
routes.
is we're looking
Fixed,
into.
yes. put it this way: be familiar with the map because directions might not always be as clear cut as route signs above the road.
Yeah. Shadow, you're looking more than
So I've got another one from William. He asks, if the GB kite was added, what route could it be branded for?
Well, since you've said it, this is one from
just a quick
earlier.
one before you answer that. Are the crossing at Woodville, can it be operated without a signal?
Yes.
The gated one.
Yeah.
Yeah, red buttons at the end of the platforms, red button on the approach.
That's fine. Carry on.
Yeah. Right. Obviously, the question was asked earlier: what vehicles would we like to see? Obviously, I was very careful with what I said, given I do know what is coming. Another vehicle I was going to add to that list, as well as the hybrid B5 Gemini that I'd like to see, but there's no actual concrete plans to put in place. Another one of those vehicles would have been the GB Kite, which again, no plans been put in place to it. These guys all know that I want it, but hate me for it.
Yes. Especially me.
Yes, but I have certainly thought about it, and it's certainly something I want to look into in the future. And what route would it be for? I think they would be a suitable replacement for the not aging, but past their best evolutions on the 4x4 Park and Ride. So I can quite I can't really imagine them in. I can't really imagine them in standard livery, but I really can imagine them in the purple and the purple and white that the evolutions carry. So there you go. There's a proper answer that I'm now going to get a lot of stick from these guys for when the stream stops.
Ooh.
I can feel it bubbling already. The tension.
So I was just
What?
So there's one in livestream questions
Yep.
that just simply says when busway.
When busway?
When
We've got
busway.
one of these in the live. Yeah.
This is in chat. This is in for one from the channel because I got both the channel and my live stream up on my phone.
Okay. So busway.
Busway. When busway.
It's been a bit of a. I was a bit too what's the word?
Eager.
Eager. Yeah, we'll go with that to add that vehicle. There is a plan in place for what the busway is going to be. Granted, when I added that vehicle, there wasn't. There was not a plan for where the busway was going to go. I have now got a still very vague. Don't get me wrong, still a very vague idea, but I do sort of know the direction I want it to go in with the busway. And I am, as we speak, this roundabout that I mentioned earlier that I've plonked in the middle of the dual carriageway, not Woodville.
Go on, my
This
son.
is where I intend to have the busway start from. Whether it will be like that in the end, that's the hardest bit about doing development. You know, like these past two updates, heading out towards Hyden and Waiting by the Sea, they've been brilliant because I've known exactly how I want them to be, what I want to do, and this next update that's coming on with the new back road route to Whiten, I see, that I know exactly how I want them to be. Moving further on into the busway, I don't know. So I can tell you it's coming. It is on its way. I just don't know when.
You don't know what he's doing.
I don't know exactly when it's coming, and I don't know exactly in what form, but it is on its way. Hell, it's not been tested. The problem is we've got no track to test it on. There's no actual proper laid out track. You know, we normally have something like an admin testing game or something, just so we can make sure that what we have got, you know, still works. Got nothing of that. That busway, genuinely, that vehicle hasn't been on the busway since the day it was released. So,
I am.
I mean, I've forgotten where I saved the track to be honest.
I think I've seen it once or twice on a realm that you've shared screens with briefly, but that's about
Is it in me bus workshop?
I think so, sir.
Where all the blue buses are.
I do believe that is where it is.
I seem to think that's the case, but I don't know. For sure.
But
I'll find
on a
it.
different topic, Iron Bus asks, when can we get a Plaxton President? No, not President. Panorama.
I was gonna say,
Same make, different vehicle.
So Panorama, back in V4, yeah, it will be V4. Back in V4, we had, I started on both a Plaxton Panorama and a Plaxton Panther LE, both at the same time. Got halfway with both, and then got bored and left. And that's about as far as that goes. The interdeck itself, when this coaching regeneration that we've been talking about, when that happens, the interdeck will be completely stripped down and refurbished. And I think at that point, I will also look at a Panorama as well, because Panoramas are great for your more sort of service runs. I mean, they won't be good on the airport shuttle, on the X11, because luggage. But see your X6s or whatever, between Woodville and South Woodville going around the motorway, that's perfect for a Panorama. So there is scope for that. I do want to expand the coaching quite a lot in said update, but again, that's all quite loosely planned. Generally, the tighter the plan is, the more likely I'm going to do that first. Hence why all the white updates came as soon as I came up with the idea with them, because I was so set on what I wanted them to be like, if you get the gist. So the coaching update, it's on its way. Again, just like the busway, it's on its way. I just need to sit down, brainstorm, and just get a couple. You never know. I could see someone on Facebook that might think, "Ooh, that could do it," and that'll be it. I'll be off, and before you know it, you'll have a busway, or you'll have a upgraded coaching fleet. It's literally as simple as I'll see something, or think of something, and that'll do it. These guys rig me for it because I'll be doing one thing.
or he'll be standing in the shower, and then I'll have an
That's
idea.
the dangerous one. The shower thoughts.
That's how the
This
revival of V5 came.
That's
to
how
This
the
entire
revival of
game.
V5 became a thing, and no.
This entire game is just a 2-year-long shower thought. And I thought, you know what? Why don't I bring it back? And I did, and I've regretted every day since.
Been nothing but pain and suffering.
Yes.
Mm.
But I wouldn't change it for the world. I would actually.
He
I
would. He definitely
I
would.
have no other hobbies or purpose in life, so.
Charlie asks, can we get Van Hull into deck? I mean, we have an into deck already, and the model is pretty decent actually.
Don't think we
It's
need
just
another
around
one.
a little
It needs
bit, so-
regenerating. It's definitely not brilliant.
Yeah, it could do with a bit of
bit
a
rough around the edges. It could do with being stripped out and.
Bit of DLC.
Well, it just needs a good old refurb, a good old, pull all the bodywork off it, smooth everything out. 'Cause there are a bit, a couple of rough edges, and it's not the slickest of models by any stretch of the imagination. It does need some work, but I will do that in the coming however long.
Oh god.
It will receive that.
Indeed. I think there's another couple of questions just coming in as we speak.
Van Hull into Decker. I've not ever really had much to do with Van Hulls. That's one thing you'll notice about the fleet we run. All the vehicles that we've got, I've had to do with. I don't know if I've how to word that, but
He's worked with IRL.
Work with IRL or a local to me. So your Enviros, Transbus 300s, Geminis. The operators near me are largely Volvo orientated, hence why our fleet is largely Volvo and ADL orientated. Go coaches, it's looking mostly Plaxtons on coaches, with smaller vehicles, smaller Mercedes vehicles. That's just what I like because it's what I'm used to, if that makes sense. So stuff like Van Hulls, I've never had much to do with them, so I've not got much of an interest in adding them. That's why when I'm sat there and people are going, "Oh, can we have this vehicle? Can we have that vehicle? Can we have this?" And I'm like, I don't really know. I just want to say about an E350H Enviro earlier. I'm just sort of thinking, I've never even seen one. I know they exist.
The hybrid
I've
version of
never-
just the E300.
Yeah, hybrid E300, and I probably could. I've got a normal E300 model which we use for testing.
I was
that's
like-
that red and white testing vehicle.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure Sheffield
I've-
had a couple.
Yeah, probably, but I've never had much to do with them, so I've not got much of a much of a incentive to put them in. Like your Transbus Enviro 500s, we nearly got a couple where I work, and I was well invested into getting them. We lost them at auction though, because they went for like 45 grand and there was 7 regs. They're extortionate. But so that's what got me invested in them. Same with the Triaxle Evo set as well. Actually, we nearly got some of them. And then it's based on what I'm used to, what I've grown up with, what vehicles I've had run-ins with. That's how it works most of the time.
I said them E350Hs that you were on about, I think there were only a handful of them ever made anyway.
Yeah.
If any of them still seeing the light of day.
And it would be interesting. Don't get me wrong, it would be very interesting. But I don't see them fitting in something like that. I don't see it fitting in. It could do, and I don't doubt once I built it, I'd probably find a place for it. But I've just not got much incentive to do so. Just based on what I'm what I'm used to, what's around me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've just had my ass kissed.
Just to let you both know as well, a Senor Madman is currently having PC issues and will be back shortly.
Cool.
Well, I've had mine. He's having his. Who's next then? You are Shadow.
Probably Jack. Mine's pretty sound.
As long as yours stays up, 'cause your one's live.
Yeah.
I'm a Boss has asked, could we be seeing an Astromega in the new coach update?
We've just done that one.
Oh, have we already?
That's the Van Ull one. Yeah, Van Ull one.
I've got one from.
It was a separate question. to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Van Ull into-
That's all linked.
I don't know my Van Ull cultures.
Neither do I. That's why we don't have any. 'Cause I don't know them either very well.
I've got one, but Wood's not going to know anything about it, so I'm going to have to explain it. So William has asked with the voice, for example, next stop announcements, can there be the possibility for them to say things like a light here for such and such location?
I mean, we have to an extent already got that in. All it is I have to go onto this website. I use the same website for programming real life next stop announcements and for programming the Woodville ones. I go onto this website and I just type in whatever I want to say. So in one audio file, I might have in one single audio file, I might just put in the next stop is Woodville Bridge or whatever. Or I can put in the next stop is South Woodville Bus Terminal, full stop, where this bus terminates. All as one voice file, and it'll read it out like that. So if I wanted to say, like you've got your fare zone boundaries, they're declared by the next stop system.
Yeah.
So as you go on 66A, it'll go, the next stop is Woodville Bridge. This is the Woodville fare zone boundary. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could just as easily put in change here for whatever.
Another point he's also made is, could there also be the option for a random made up advertisement pop up on them?
Potentially. I mean, I can't say I've ever seen
I
something like that for
know
real.
for me and William, the one operator that does it down here is Blue Star.
Right.
And they do that all the time with their next stop announcements. They'll in between things. It'll be, it'll have first of all the next stop, and then every stop after a while, if we haven't gone past the stop already, it'll flash an advert. For example, there's something going on in a local school coming up.
Okay, so is this just on the screens, not
on the screens? It won't be. There is no audio, just screen.
Right. Okay. Well, I've seen. I have seen something similar on East Yorkshire. I mean, I don't tend to catch the bus very often anymore.
To be fair, I
But
think
yeah,
they're
if there's
both
a
owned by
large
the
gap
same group
between
now.
services, it won't be an advert, but maybe like on the York services, when it's got them 400 MMCs that have got bike racks.
Yeah.
If it's the big gap between two stops, it'll pop up with how to use the bike racks. So it's not advertisements as such, but it is notices to fill the space. And yeah, I would just have to set it up in the new system where if I won't do it to random, I would just do it as you go past a certain point, as if it's a stop. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Program it as if it's a stop, but instead of it coming up with the actual stop details, it comes up with that instead, a predefined marker for said things to show up.
To help you with visualizing, William's going to put a video in Transport Media for when at some point later on.
Yep. Brilliant. If he wants to DM me it as well. Just
Oh
so I
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
forget.
yeah. And then
would,
another one is from William himself is, can there be an option to play V2 or older versions, or are they gone for good?
Now again, this one resonates quite well with the older members of the admin team. The more
I'm quite fresh, so I've
quite fresh.
I've only seen as far as V4, so
I've been around a few years. I saw V2L and V4.
I mean, believe it or not, I've been on that one and I remember V1. Okay, just meant to laugh at that.
God
Um,
damn it.
I do have all the versions still saved. I've never lost anything, so they're never gone forever. I do quite often pull assets off of the older versions, do them up, and use them. I mean, just for this update that we've had today, I did pull some of the shops and whatnot. They came off of V2, so I've still got access to them. Would I ever make them public again? It's highly unlikely. Roblox changes things all the time, and that can quite often break models.
Yeah.
Which obviously, at that point, once the model's broken, it's a lengthy process going through getting all your vehicles ready again to use. And for what it's worth, I don't know about you guys, I'd rather have the new stuff, the fresh, new, fancy stuff over the things which, for in some cases, good reason, were discontinued.
I mean, if people want to know something that I do from a development point of view, and I think Wood kind of does the same, is I will, if I'm struggling for example, an idea or something, I will load up my previous maps and just fly around, have a look around at what I've previously done, and gone, could that work? Could this work? Most maps nowadays are pulled ideas from other things.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
So
I don't necessarily go
well,
on
no,
to
not
the old
not
maps as much, but I do. I do think back to what worked.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and believe me, it's very early in the planning, but there is the plan to build an entirely new a new area of V5 based on, not based on an area in V2, but based on what an area in V2 was based off of, which I know was very popular back in the V2 days. I think quite a few of you guys will know what I'm about.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I've got one from.
If you think you know it, you know it.
Got one from Tyrese, and he has asked, "Will there be a new bus companies?"
The what?
A new bus company.
Yes. No. Unlike with previous versions, and unlike with what most games nowadays do, me and a couple of the managers have had this argument on many an occasion. I want to sort of keep it exclusively one operator. Even if there'll be, you got divisions, and like with your the update that came out today, quite a lot of your standard vehicle up there carries a different livery, purely because it's all brute branded or whatever. But there is, and I'm sure some of you'll see them round. There are some blue vehicles running around. Just us, mainly myself, testing them, keeping them bedded in and whatever. Because robots change things all the time and can quite often lead to breakages.
Yeah.
It's good to keep them running. There is it's not a separate company. It's a separate division that's coming on, relating to that V2 comment I made earlier about bringing that back. So it's all going to be under one roof. The joy of that is it means that you could get a bus from the back of Beyond, from one of these new areas, these divisions, bring it down to Woodville Centre and still run it on the same runs. There's no restrictions on what runs you can take what vehicles on.
Yeah.
With the exception, obviously, of the airport shuttles. They're the only vehicles that have got their own individual routes. Everything else can do everything else. I mean, hell, I was seeing airport shuttle, the Trix Levo set in the Centro. I was seeing them running 7s earlier. For some reason.
I
don't.
Mainly a reason.
That was indeed an admin as well. Damn you.
No, I didn't take any airport stuff down.
No, it was. You had an interdecker, didn't you, at one point?
No, No, that was
Oh.
Mad Bull.
It's been a
Our,
chaotic
our-
day.
our next question comes from our very own Kelvin.
Oh, he's here. God,
He is here. He is here. He said, and he asks, why does Woodling 7163 not have social skills?
Because I've been playing Roblox for the past 7 years. What do you want from?
Can I also answer that question as well?
Yes.
Hot calling the kettle black.
Oh, Kelvin, crashed any vans recently?
I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Not me. My hands are clean. I didn't tell him.
No, if you don't know the expression pot calling the kettle black, it's basically I'm saying the same thing about him.
I think he was on about me.
Well, no, because he said what to me saying pot calling the kettle black.
Oh, yeah. Pot, kettle called. He says you're black.
Ryan.
Quiet.
No. Yeah, keep quiet.
I will say something.
I mean, I have a soundboard for that, but we're not going to use it.
You cannot use that. Oh dear. I knew this was going to happen. This was always going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And we all know a certain other individual who's all of a sudden turned up. We know his standpoint when he first got sacked.
What?
1 year anniversary of 22 tomorrow.
Huh?
It doesn't matter.
I got what you were on about, Wood.
Yeah, you've not been around long enough for that.
It's been a year already.
Yeah, I know. And it got scared and broke itself, so that he couldn't do anything to it.
But there's no more questions currently. So if you have any more questions, get them in now.
Yeah. Do that thing. Yes.
Doobie-doobie-doo-ba-doobie-doobie-doo-ba-doobie-doo.
Perry the platypus.
What?
Pardon me?
My the burpinator.
Even if you don't have any questions about the game, you could literally just have.
Ooh. Here's here.
I will wholeheartedly agree to that, Kelvin. I am fat, and I'm fine with that.
We've got a question for everyone.
I'm still fat, but I'm less fat than what I have been. I'm losing weight gradually, and I can't
Are ya?
have more than that. Yes, I am.
Fair play to you, lad.
We have a question for all of us.
I was 23 stone last year. I'm down to 22 summer.
That's progress. But the question for all of us is, what's the best route in our opinion? You can't ask Wood that because his opinion is biased.
See, if you're going long distance, I don't mind the 7 and X7 that have come out today. I quite like them. But if you want somewhat short, somewhat quick, you can get it done 5 minutes round trip, shebang, 20s. Mainly because I am doing a 20 right now in a Gemini 3.
Apologies for the issue. I am back.
That just in time, Josh. What is your favorite route in the game?
I quite like the X7. Nice, quick, long, straight run. A few twists and turns here and there, but yeah, definitely one of my favourite additions.
Fine, Wood. We'll have your opinion.
I feel like if I just turn around and say, "Oh, the 7X7," you're gonna go, "Oh, he's boring, aren't you?"
Of course, it's
Is that what
of course, my best work is going to be the best work ever. Toot your own horn more.
It is the new, the new fancy thing, isn't it? I ain't got bored of it yet. That's probably why.
Yet being the operative word.
It's nice. I like the and I think there's a nice balance of your city driving, your sort of industrial dual carriageway, then into your towns, countryside, and you add a 31 to the end of that, and it's just brilliant.
Before we continue, Iron Bus, if you don't retract your latest question, we will withdraw it for you.
What was that?
When are we hiring again? Thank you.
Just bullied a kid. Oh no.
It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen at some point.
We need to, because as we are proving today, the current staff are incompetent, including ourselves.
Yes.
Excuse you.
Yes.
Kelvin
Kelvin.
is
For a
apparently
reason, shut up.
Woodling's spokesperson. That's not true.
What was
Shut
that?
up.
Woodling is apparently.
Kelvin is your spokesperson. So shut up, you're a secret for a reason. Be quiet.
Charlie, we refuse to answer your statement because guess what?
don't
Autism exists.
And in answer to Ariva's question, Charlie asked, is the whole management team special? Yes, we are. Flipping proud of it. Anyway.
God fucking
on.
bless America.
If Ariva, in answer to your question, I've asked our Lord and Savior Daddy Wood about this ages ago. If you still have access to some older Woodville vehicles, can we do Heritage Running Day one day for a shift? I would definitely like to do.
I
that.
would
Well,
love to do a heritage run, but
It's finding the older vehicles that's the problem. And
No,
bringing them.
I've got. It's not unheard of.
No,
So
it
to
has been done.
speak. We have done it before. We have definitely done it before. Yeah, it's not. It's not. Having a running day. That's the difficult.
that's the difficult because you've got to outsource as well. Reliably
no, not necessarily.
outsource.
It's more to the point of if I just use my old the other static models were fine. Roblox have made so many changes to the way things work, and A chassis has changed so much as well, that if I was to try and get some V1 vehicles, V2 vehicles, get all, loads of old vehicles running, it would take forever. So I have to necessarily bring all the old vehicles up to standard, but they all need to be brought into a usable state, let's say.
William, shush, your message is getting deleted, we don't care.
What?
He keeps getting us to get you to check transport media. He's asked like 4 times. I've
Yeah,
deleted him, so-
we'll figure it out. Don't you worry. We'll get there.
And no, Mad Trains were not hiring KTG vehicles because they're trash.
The last time I tried that, they physically broke the rally so much that we ended up nuking the place.
I mean,
We did that with Shadow Share.
On that note, in regards to the running day, we do technically have an excuse to have a running day now, because a running day can be anything that used to run on an old route, correct?
Yeah.
Well, we had the old Route 3, which was a town circular, which would be perfect for a running day with some older vehicles if we can get that sorted in the future.
That is true.
And the open top president might not be too far gone yet, so it's only been sat in storage for a couple of weeks.
So potentially, we'll look into it. Again, it's another one. It's a case of, like I said, Wood having time in between updates, work, and everything else. And Charlie, don't start that.
I saw it coming. I was like, oh god.
Having the time to do it, but it's something we can definitely look into eventually. Kelvin asks, when will you be adding transit vans soon? I don't know how long you've been on the stream for, Kelvin, but that has already been touched on. Yes.
Well, it wasn't.
It technically was, but not.
I mentioned the transit vans, which we were already testing earlier on last year, so shush.
Yeah, but
yeah. But hopefully it would be nice to implement some. I know Jack particularly has been asking for the OG Travel Woodville bread van, which is just trash at the minute. And needs a
it
big
is
update.
quite diabolical.
It is.
It doesn't need an update. It just needs burning.
Yeah, it's that thing just needs stripping down to its chassis, and then
That's not savable. That's not salvageable. That.
Shipless, your
you might get 40 quid for it.
Mumlook has asked, will there be a new bus station?
I was thinking about this in the shower the other day.
Oh, here we go.
That means it's gonna happen.
Again.
happen.
This goes back to the shower thoughts. And to be honest, Wood,
The,
we've had this discussion between us as well.
We have. The problem is with the way, and it's a very very realistic problem if you think about it. The way that the whole town has been built, it's not been built with expansion necessarily in mind.
I am not trapped in
So
a
the
facility
point
full
I've
of
got
robots.
is that
You are all
to,
trapped
ma-
in here
to,
with
ex-
me.
to make the bus station, there's no point rebuilding the bus station unless you're going to expand it. Granted, it is quite cramped, but it's our bus station. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does its job. In order for us to update it, we need to expand it, and to expand it, you can go widthways. There's a little bit of space, not much, but a little bit of space either side of it, so you can go widthways. You can expand it, and that's potential on the card. That advises, one more bay on either side of the island or whatever, potentially. But to go lengthways back, depth, you'd have to shift the entire housing estate behind it. But the problem is, to shift that housing estate, you'd have to shift the industrial estate behind it. And again, how cramped everything is together in the town, to shift that industrial estate, you'd have to move the hospital and everything like that. But to move all that, you'd have to move Corby Road, the B&Q and the council, everything would have to be pushed back. It's just way too big of a job to do. So there is no way of creating any more space at the bus station. It's just going to have to be what it is, really.
Now,
I don't see the need necessarily. I know some people struggle to get round in one without hitting the ball hard, or but the bus station was built when I first built it 3 years ago or whatever. It was built to be a challenge. I set up when I first put this game together. I set up to build a game that wasn't dead easy. You couldn't just jump in a bus, throw it around the place, and it was made to be a more rural setting. I know we have ended up with quite a lot of big vehicles in it now.
Yeah,
just
but even the
progression.
main road network, it's all small villages. It's not. It's
There's
not like you've
no
gone. Oh, I'm going to make
massive
London now.
cities. There's no massive cities involved. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to go with. And so I have succeeded in doing that, in my opinion. It's not a massive, like that's what you used to. You go on a robot bus simulator. That's what you come to expect, I think, now. Massive cities, driving around, so having a more of a countryside feel to it. I'm quite happy with the way it's gone, the way it's turned out. I can't
My
remember the
technical
question
issues
anymore.
my technical issues have caused me some problems, so I'm not going to be in game. I'm just going to read through some of these questions.
Oh yeah, I've not been in games since my technical issues. I completely forgot.
Fair enough. Zethplay1 says, will the Enviro E400H be given TW Maquette at some point, or will they just be kept with Stagecoach Maquette? Before Wood answers, funny question about that actually, because the reason we got the E400H is because you went on a trip, didn't you?
I went on a trip to Morecambe.
To Morecambe and fell in love with the E400Hs.
I've never been a fan of hybrids, never liked them. But then I thought, you know what, I'm here.
William, pack it in. We're not doing just shush.
I'll
You're not
go.
going to
I'll see what they're like. And I got home after my trip and
And you were obsessed. You was like, yeah.
made them exact ones. Yes. It was chucking it down with raid. I was stood there in the centre of Morecambe with my anorak on, taking photos and everything. And I was like, you know what, this is the life. That's how we ended up with that.
William mentioned something about VIP servers becoming a thing. I think you did trial this in V2, didn't you?
Did I?
It's
I might have
I
done that.
think
It's
you
not
did.
sort of thing
I think you did. I don't think they stayed a thing through all the way through, but I'm pretty sure you did trial them in V2, like later version of V2.
But I don't think that's I like the whole. if you're just driving around by yourself, it's a bit boring. So I think making everyone be in the same server, seeing each other,
Oh, there you go. V4.
that's half of the. There you go. That's half of the fun, I'd say. And just going back to that last one, obviously we never actually answered why is it at the stage. Well, we've answered why it's at the stagecoach maquette. We've not answered
Will it
get replaced. No is the answer, because you look around and most of the vehicles you're seeing now, they're all standard livery, standard maquette. You know, the vast majority of our fleet, which is why I'm trying to include demonstrators, like on the Enviro 200, new MMCs, or even just a normal 200, I think, as well, maybe standard seat maquette, dealer spec. It's a bit of variation, and again with this that stagecoach hybrid maquette, it's just variation. That's why it's like that. I know it's already got a different livery because it's a hybrid, but it's having that variation across the fleet and not just being stuck with everything looking the same.
It does prove quite popular, to be fair. There's still a lot of people who drive it as it is.
It is one of the most popular vehicles in the fleet, certainly from the research I've done. I mean, like these speed cameras we've got in, for example, most people think they're just there as a bit of a joke, and they are, to be fair. We don't take them seriously, but they are really good for seeing what people are driving 24/7.
One of the questions from Chipalski was, will AI cars / passengers come to the game? That's sort of a mixed question between him and somebody else.
Yeah,
We
Mum.
had a discussion about this, didn't we?
We did indeed, because we were discussing lots of things at the same time.
No, Kelvin, it doesn't.
What was that?
Kelvin put, does this game include 5 to 5 office jobs for fake coach drivers? And tag me in it. No, it doesn't.
Oh,
Not
you!
being a turd.
Remind me to nip around here and beat him up later.
Oh,
Yeah,
I will.
well.
You can do it on camera as well. We'll add it in as like
Well, no,
edited
'cause that'd
photo.
mean leak his address. I can't.
That's
I'll
fine.
just look for his little rusty mini parked outside.
It'll be fine.
Anywho's, and so yeah, we'll carry on. So obviously AI passengers and cars and shenanigans.
They're I'm a long way for a one-person team. That's a lot. I have a while ago, I mean quite a long time ago, we did try a automatic. I think it was a 400 MC we used. It went about as well as you'd expect, really. It wasn't great. Would I like to do it in the future? Potentially. It's not something that's going to be happening anytime soon, though. Let's put it that way.
Just a quick note as well. Mad Trains, I think you're the only one that's actually in here that's listening close by. Can you also just moderate the questions thingy for us, please? Like, for example, William repeating himself. It's not going to happen. VIP servers are not going to happen, so stop mentioning it.
We've already answered that.
And in terms of next suggestion, improve admin niceness, absolutely flipping not. Here you go. Message gets deleted. Anyway, carry on. We're not doing that.
Professionalism.
Yep. None of
We're
you
back.
or
Business as
9
usual.
asked, will there be a proper bus station for Altrincham? I was literally just getting to your question. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. I did notice that you are in yellow for some reason. Why are you in yellow?
Because they haven't
Why are you
registered. They haven't verified.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So one of you guys want to quickly help them with that?
They just need to be added to the driver role. They're verified and they've got shift pings, unless it's because
Only Wood can do that.
They're not in. They're not in the group. That's why.
Oh,
Or
right.
if they are in the group, they've need to refresh the thing to the bot. I'll just add it to them. Sorry. Why not? Sorted.
Now, Kelvin, can we keep it nice, please?
Wow. But the Altrincham. If I was going to, I would just send all the buses to the train station and terminate there. But I think do I see Ultraman Depot being closed permanently? Anyone's guess. If I do some more development up in that area, a bit later on in the future, if I expand up there more, there's every chance that I will open the depot up again and it'll be business as usual. Yeah.
Quickly, in regards to that, actually, I don't know if you've seen. I can't remember what area. It's somewhere along the Derby network. They used an old depot building and transformed it into a bus station.
That is in Belper, it's still there.
That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, but obviously instead of using it as a bus garage, maybe put a through road down the back of it and turn it into a little like bus station, even if it's just a layover for the train station, because obviously we do have routes terminating there. So you could make it a layover area as opposed to an actual bus station, because the one stands for what it's worth. You've only got the 22,
9, and
and then your X6 over there. Yeah, so obviously the X6 is usually going straight through, but your 9s and your 22s, if people want it, it's something we could look into and just make it into either a layover area or put a through road and make it like a mini bus station.
Definitely. I mean, at the minute, it's just closed because it literally had 3 coaching vehicles and Nocturne Solo running out of it.
Yeah.
So that's why it was closed. It just, I could have, instead of faffing around redoing the structure of the GUI on the main menu, that was the main killer. Was this main menu system we've got, having to adapt all that, and yeah, it's doable, and I will have to do it at some point, but it just didn't seem worth it for four vehicles, especially when no coaching routes start in Ultram anymore.
Mumlook1 also asked, will all the buses be getting a revamp? I believe you are planning to revamp a couple of them, aren't they, eventually?
I'm just working through the evolution we mentioned earlier, replacing that with a GB kite potentially in the future.
Yeah.
At that point, I do have other plans.
In terms of the other the standard fleet, it really depends on if a better model becomes available.
Yeah.
Because
the ones
what
that are half decent still.
Yeah.
So all it needs a bit of a touch up. I said the evolution. I wouldn't get rid of it. It's a decent model.
It just needs
but
just
I
needs
would
a touch up.
repurpose it elsewhere.
Yeah.
We're not having an Aurora.
Honestly, with revamping of vehicle models, we are really at the mercy of big name developers and then putting things out and things like that.
Right. Guys, can I just put a friendly reminder out as well, please? Again, can we keep the chat in the questions to a minimal, please? Because I'm struggling to keep up the questions at the minute.
There was one that I saw where they were asking, I can't remember who it was, our favourite buses in real life.
It was Chipaski, and they put not in-game / in-game. So, Wood, do you want to go first?
No, that's what you guys said first. I think
So-
you guys know what mine will be.
Probably, it'll be a coach somewhere along the line. So my favourite vehicle, I would have to say, in real life is it's got to be an Eclipse Urban, mainly because in our area, mine and Jack's area, we have Eclipse Urbans running around. We have 09 Regis, and my God, they go like the clappers. When they break, they do break in spectacular fashion. However, cough, yeah. However, it's not usually that hard to find the parts for them at the minute. There's plenty of ex-Yorkshire ones knocking around that are similar that can just steal parts off if it really comes to it. In terms of in-game, my favourite bus in-game at the moment is the XEY Presidents. I do like my Presidentes.
No one saw that one.
Nope. I like my Presidentes.
I'll go with Jack
Never
next. I
gave
think.
an idea. Yeah, Jack.
See, existing now, I'd probably have to go with a Trident E400.
Common. Very common.
No, but the thing is though, like the ones that we've got up here, if you get a decent driver and you get them at speed, jizz.
Oh yeah, they go. they go.
In game, I don't really drive it that often, but it's the diesel E400. I quite like, again, an E400, yeah. Don't get me wrong, I do like the hybrid one as well. But
Quite like that.
there's Diesel.
The Diesel wins all the time.
As we were discussing at the start of the stream,
Yep.
it's got to
all
the
of us.
environment. We've gone full circle there.
Yeah. For me, IRL, it's got to be a mix of 4. It's got to be either the Dart, the TBE E300, an ALX 300, or wildcard Volvo Olympian.
Ooh, good shout.
Because I did see a Leyland Olympian this morning as I was making my way to work, and oh my god, yes, I did enjoy looking at that for a good 5 minutes.
Right.
So I'm gonna hazard a guess quickly for Woods and say
Well, should we...
T13.
yeah.
I mean,
Go on.
we haven't done my in-game one yet, dude.
Yeah, go on.
In-game, I don't really have one, to be honest, because it's still up in the air. None of the vehicles have stolen my heart, so to speak.
Wait till you get T13.
No. I'm not a fan of coaches, my friend, unlike you.
Ooh, get him sacked.
Also, just quickly, sorry, random side note: Jack and Shadow, Gemini update's been released, so that needs sorting. Sorry, I know, sorry. Off topic, but yeah, just been told.
I'm not
by
even
outside source.
stalling it.
Carry on.
Fucking asshole. Wood, your things.
Well, Josh got my...
Real life boss is T13.
Bang on.
Oh, not a boss.
It's his baby, is that thing?
You can't beat it. You will never can, never will. Last time I drove it, it did sound like a Class 37 turning on. It was a bit rough, but it still goes. And yeah,
From what you've told us, it goes like the bloody clappers if you get it right as well.
if you know what you're doing with it, yeah.
Go on then. What about
Right.
in game?
In game,
Mm-hmm.
I drive a bit of everything. You see. I don't really. I've got to pick one based off of what I drive most. But I still don't even know that. I still don't know what I even drive. What I drive most out of everything. I might have to pass on that, you know.
Undecided.
I don't think I can have a favourite. I don't think I'm allowed.
You are allowed to have a thing. Of course you are. Even though you're the one that puts them all in the game, so obviously at some point or other, you have wanted every single one of those vehicles that we've got in game. Surely there's got to be one that you went abso-freaking-lutely.
Brooke, no, we're not going to be doing that. Thank you very much.
What was that?
Wants permission to talk.
No, it's just management.
As you can read by the title of the stream, it is literally the directing team only.
Yeah, I don't think I can have a favourite consciously.
Direct because 200 EV. I think you did look at an E200 EV at one point, didn't you?
We had one ready to go. It was in game,
Oh yeah, we did. We had it. in-game.
but then I replaced it with the. Yeah, so we got the 200 EV. I then went on a sort of break, sort of ran out with them a bit. So the airport never got actually built. The buses were made for it, but the airport never properly got built. And in that time, when we then came back to it, I managed to get my hands on the Solo instead. So it got replaced with the Solo EV, and the BYD never came.
Despite this one being probably a no, I've ticked it with it. I've ticked it with a thumbs up. But Kelvin asks, can we add the vanilla unicorn from GTA 5 to the bus simulator?
No.
We could probably add something similar, but not quite the same.
I think after the stream you have to explain that to me because I don't follow.
Have you
Ooh,
not?
he's not
Oh
just-
my god, you innocent boy.
Vanilla Unicorn's a strip club. GTO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You-
no, we're not adding that.
You innocent boy.
Stop waiting until after the stream. I can't even believe he's just asked what that is.
How? How has he been playing GTA and not knowing what that is?
God forbid, the last time we was on GTA, we had a shootout in there, and he still didn't know what it was.
Oh my god.
We've had many a shootout in there, but anyways.
Kelvin,
That's that
I
one.
think you need to have a
Um,
strongly
Which
worded
is
conversation with Wood.
Mum one also asked, will the GUI be revamped for the buses? I think, did it not just have a recent, technically the destination system was the most recent update for the GUI, was it not?
The GUI's been the same for a long time. I said there's a GUI upgrade coming with said coaching, but I'm not going to say anything more because I end up saying stuff that I don't want to.
Yeah. And then the likes of Kelvin might come back. We don't want to, you know, we don't
Oh
want to-
god,
I mean,
no.
I mean, you know, we don't need to. If he wants a normal admin role, so we're running low on numbers. Just saying.
No.
It wouldn't be management, but it'd be nothing. It wouldn't be nothing. You know what I mean? Just
Never
just
a
saying.
lot.
I
You've
say
got my
no.
number.
Anyway, moving on. William, I'm presuming your question ties into the one above in regards to the system for the buses. The chassis that you use at the minute, I think, are the better ones you found, if I remember correctly. I'm sure we had a decision. Like, me and you had a discussion about some of the systems for the buses. For example,
Yeah.
like gears, etc. You know, just a simple semi-gearbox you have to click. what
I
gear
was
you wanna
gonna
be in,
say,
etc. But that's not been explored as of yet, and probably won't for a while.
I remember. It requires a full overhaul of everything.
it was one of the things I was gonna suggest was
I
to
would
for more
very much
realism.
like to install a system, more than anything, just so you haven't got some plum sat in the bus station with a reversing light.
Exactly.
Yeah. 'Cause that's one thing I said. Like, you pull up to a set of traffic lights, and you try and be decent, especially when you're in a server full of people. And when you're sat behind someone, their reverse lights come on, you panic. So really, all of it is just come to a stop.
You see reverse lights and go, "Oh god, he's about to ram me for no
Yeah,
apparent
no,
reason."
this isn't going to go well. But no, yeah, it has been mentioned. It has been mentioned. It's just finding a way to implement them. Obviously, again, that's another thing that will be sort of probably a minor update or between updates.
It's
if
not a
God
minor
forbid.
update. It's
God
that's
forbid.
a
Okay,
big
no,
job.
creating it, yes, is a big thing. In terms of an overall update, that's small.
It's and that's one of the reasons.
I just witnessed a
it's
G2
being done.
ram a wall.
That's one of the reasons it's not being done because it's such a it's such a big job for such a small sort of.
Kelvin, we're not
Backing.
doing this. We're not targeting people. Yes, you're trying to be funny, but pack it in. What's the next one? Where are we? Will the bus blinkers be revamped like the sound? I mean, you went through every single vehicle, and you actually changed most of the blinker sounds, didn't you? So, like, obviously for Volvo, you'll have your normal Volvo indicators. ADL, you'll have your BP indicators. The Solo could do with some beep beep indicators, if you know what I'm talking about.
I might be able to help him with that.
Yeah,
We can discuss that at a later date.
I might be able to help him with that if he plays nice.
yeah. So they have been redone. There are some that are still a bit. Reversing horns and warning sound? Absolutely not.
And as for
I
the
can
danger warning low
still-
bridge effect, definitely not, because it's too funny to watch people try and drive down there.
I saw someone earlier ramming a ALX into the bridge, screaming in the chat, "Why won't it fit?"
And the answer is skill issue. No,
The
obviously
answer is you're a
that
fucking
is there
idiot.
for a reason.
And
Mainly
then
to,
that was it was at that moment he then got a notice of intended prosecution, and we were all.
howling.
Can we say what he said in the chat?
He believes
Prostitution.
that it read notice of intent to prostitution. Obviously, we are not prostituting anybody here. That is not what we're about. Let me just put that out there now.
Yeah.
Obviously, this guy was trying to be funny, which it worked, to say the
worked.
least.
I'm
I mean, I
surprised he
nearly
gets tagged.
died.
He died of laughter.
Yep.
We were all in tears, yeah.
But no, we are not prostituting anyone. Those things that pop up on your screen, it's just a gimmick. It's just for a bit of fun. Obviously, I still did it. Wood managed to get a 1,000 odd mile an hour speeding ticket for dropping a bus from a height. But again, it's just a gimmick. We're not going to do anything with it. that has been made aware multiple times when people have asked. If obviously you are flying down a road and you strike another vehicle because you're being an incompetent oaf, then yes, actions will be taken if said person makes a complaint. If you are both just happy to blare your horns at each other and be on your way, so be it. Not a problem. Just don't go doing it too often, because then we do actually have to do something about it. not the speeding fines, we don't care about that. We might make a competition at some point and see who can get the fastest, but then we'll just cheat and put like a crackhead primo or something back in the game.
Fucking asshole.
Hey, you never met crackhead primo, Shadow, but my god, that thing moved. we used to you couldn't drive around the map with crackhead primo. One would drift around the map in a crackhead primo.
But you couldn't put your foot down all the way because the wheels themselves flew off.
Yes, you had to like feather it. It was very interesting, and it was very skilled to drive. You think coach driving's bad? Try crackhead primo. That's a new thing.
That one as well. There's two parts to that question, wasn't there? I can't remember.
Yeah.
The reversing horn warning sounds. I don't know about you guys. I can still hear that V2 horn clear as day in my head.
Yes.
When again, some nutcase would sit in the bus station with his reverse horn on.
Boop. And not deliberately either, but they just never turn it off.
Never turn it off, and they wouldn't know. I don't know if they didn't have the sound on, or you sat at traffic lights and they're going off, and I can still. I have nightmares with that sound in them.
So no, that's not something that's going to be explored anytime soon.
No.
Again, like I said, for the danger low bridge effect, yes, it would be nice as an added extra to have. However, if you actually read the sign before that junction, bear in mind it is the only low bridging game at the moment.
Quack.
It actually tells you before that junction, don't go down it in a deck. It'll tell you can't.
There is a massive flashy sign that detection goes no left turn to high vehicles. There's then two red round circles with the height on them, which is like 3.6 meters, nowhere near a deck. And then you've got the camera, which will flash at you if you're in a deck.
Yeah.
And give you
those incentive prostitution.
and then prostitution.
That's where the prostitution came from.
This has gone to pot.
At this point, we have run out of questions.
We have.
Ask me more things.
This man is actually enjoying being asked things. Oh god.
Well, it's all right because I'm actually meant to be asked them today. Normally, it's just the public. Can you do this? Can you do that? It's like, get lost.
William, in answer to your thing in discussion, you could have actually put that in the chat. The 30 is the low bridge route for single deckers only.
I'm risking, and I say risking because I know what people like. I am going to send another route down there soon. I'm not going to say too much about it. I had the E300, you know, the testing vehicle.
Yeah.
I had that running on it earlier. Couple of players because they jumped on the bus for some reason. I'm going to send it down that back road, you know, where you link up to the train depot.
Yeah.
I'm going to send a route down there, but instead of turning left onto the road with the low bridge on it, it'll turn right onto a road which isn't built yet, which will lead to this roundabout that I'm still building. But people who ask, oh, why hasn't this been done? Why hasn't that been done? I have spent the entire length of this stream, which has been what, 7:30, nearly 2 hours building this roundabout.
This man is building a roundabout and it's taking ages.
William,
Yes.
bridge closure shifts will be put in place as and when the admins decide to. I think only us directors can run the command.
You can, correct.
Those
Colonize command.
Yeah.
just need to
but
tell us
it-
which
it's-
commands they are again.
It's a case of if we feel like we want to close the bridge, we will. Obviously, we're trying to get more areas pushed out, not as quick as we can, but in nice succession, should we say. Obviously, as you heard, Wood's currently building a goddamn roundabout, which has taken him 2 hours and he's still not finished it
The
yet.
next update will be
Well,
out
then again-
April 1st.
Yeah.
I might just release an update with just this roundabout in it, just so people can go drive around and see how long it takes just to do.
The next
Yeah.
update out April 1st. Everybody
There's
mark
no
it on
reason
your
for it to
calendar.
not be in game. I'll just block off the road that doesn't exist yet.
But yeah, the bridge closure shifts as and when. By all means, feel free to request them, but if you get caught spamming it, we'll just keep telling you no because it's funny to wind people up. So don't go spamming it.
Professionalism.
Don't go spamming it, absolutely. Just like anything, it's like if I tell Wood not to do something, chances are.
But that's just me.
Yeah,
That's just you.
And I'm allowed to do.
Welcome back to half of our conversations as management is either Josh going, don't tell Wood to do this, otherwise he'll do it, and then there's just me going, I've been telling.
Well, what was it you mentioned yesterday and I now want to do?
What did I-
There's loads I've mentioned in the past few days that I've said no not to do, and you've still done it.
Fair.
Kelvin asked, "Are you excited for your adventure to London tomorrow?"
I am excited about it on tomorrow. Very fun.
There you go. He's looking forward to it. There you go. You can stop pinging me now, twat.
Has he DM'd you for that?
He hasn't DM'd me, no, but he pinged me in the live stream questions channel.
It's gonna be very fun. We'll take ZYB.
It has been a good hour and 3/4.
Just one quick question, if you're planning on closing it off soon. Charlie Plays asked, would the E100 EV be a suggestion?
No, 'cause I can't stand the new enviro.
He is literally pinging you in every server now.
Kelvin, I swear to God, don't make me throw you out of here. I will throw you out of here.
Get him out, get him gone.
And I'll just invite him back in.
Of course you will, because you're an idiot.
What a wank.
That is true.
Any last minute questions? Give it another 10 minutes?
We'll give it to half past, and the stream's been going 2 hours.
Yeah. Any questions? And Kelvin, no, shut up. You are not allowed to ask anymore. Be quiet, Squire.
He is.
No, he's not.
He is.
As your advisor, no, he's fucking ain't.
And as your second advisor, I'm also going to say no.
3-to-1 chicken.
Yes, but
Unfortunately,
who holds the cards here, man?
You because because you're a dip.
And at past, I will be going and trialing out the new update.
I actually have a question.
Go for it.
Can we expect to see any more EYMS vehicles? For example, any single decks?
I was literally thinking something along this line in regards to deep.
Because I might want
I
to see an Crisp,
think-
and I might want to see an E2.
I think we're about done with them now. Obviously, they're all now localised to one depot. Oh, I saw that, Kelvin.
No. No, we don't, and especially if the riffraff like that are going to turn up, absolutely fucking not.
So, what was I saying? I think having them all localised to one depot was definitely a good call. I think I'm about done. I've got 2 versions of Gemini. Got a President and an Evo City.
But a Quisp.
I think that will do us for the wide spec.
Oh, I have a question on my end.
Oh.
Light Players asks, would there be any circular routes for Woodville? Technically, the one, A?
2.
Well,
2. Yeah, 2's a circular.
2, which is south Woodville, but 1 is technically hospital and back, isn't it?
Oh, the short one. You
Yeah,
could class
short
as a
one
circular, yeah.
is technically a short. Is technically a short circular.
Yeah.
Only if people will do a short one both ways. I know myself. If I'm doing a short one, I will tend to drop onto an 11A when I get to the hospital.
Did I ever mention to you that is how the timetable, the RP timetable I've done? Did I actually tell you that, or have you just come up with that off your back?
It's probably been mentioned somewhere along the line.
Yeah. Not all of them. The short ones do run within their own accord during the day, but I have it timetabled for the first couple of the day, just outbounds that run onto 11. So there's an interesting route combination that you probably never tried. It means taking something stupidly big on the one short, like a TB 500. I go to that route.
William, in terms of your thing, can any of us help you do a 3-point turning game? If you can't do that, it's a skill issue. We can't help you. If the trainings do come back into effect, you'll absolutely be the first to go through your training and probably fail it. Kelvin, no, you can't get added to the admin server just for Among Us, but we do have a separate channel.
Which you are in.
Which you are, and you should be in it. Have we still got it? Where is it? Can't find it. Oh, there it is.
Also, you know, if you want to come back as just an admin, I'm not saying no.
I am.
I am.
I
You know,
am.
these guys haven't got rights. If you want to come back,
If he
Let me
promises
know.
to not be an absolute turd, then sure.
yeah, but it's him, so he will be. And it's with me, so he will.
Precisely. I get enough of your big head as it is.
Strong words for one so big.
Rather a big body than a big head. But anywho's.
on the topic of Kelvin,
He's just DM me asking what the requirements are. I think he's in.
the whole like has Josh seen our admin discussion?
What?
Go look at admin discussion.
I'm looking.
Look at the
Well,
very
I'm-
bottom with Val.
Oh yeah. Val wasn't here when Kelvin was here. I don't think Val was here when Kelvin was here, but yeah.
No. Trainspotter has also asked, why did Altrincham Depot get removed?
It's not removed. It's still there. Just
It's
shut.
still there. It's just got
Technically,
nothing in it. 'cause
it's
there was
still
nothing
there.
in it left
We just don't use it anymore. Get over
for
it.
now.
Professionalism at its finest, everybody.
If you see something that doesn't look right, say something. See it, say it, sorted.
See it, say it. We'll get back to you.
Light Place has asked, would Woodville bus station get any updates for change the road area? We've already answered this question. If you weren't here earlier, scroll back in the live stream at some point or rewatch it all. It is answered in there amongst them. You'll just have to go back and find it. Unfortunately, we're not re-answering that question.
What was the question? I'll probably just give a different answer.
Bus
Slightly more
station,
tired than I was.
bus station layout on the updates.
Oh, I'm not going into that again.
Yeah, that was a quite a long-winded answer, but the lower end of it is not yet, or not anytime soon.
Not possible.
or go
because
fuck yourself.
There's not the space for it. I can't develop when there's no space to develop in, and it means reworking the.
No, Kelvin, I wouldn't want to meet you at Weatherspoons in Hull. I like my cute.
I'll meet up with Redford again.
Transporter asks, will there be a normal
To be fair, me
branded
and
Travel
Vic-
Woodville, Evo City and Gemini? Yes, there is, and they are directly behind me. Well, at least the Gemini is.
What?
Oh. And Gemini 2 and Evo City, we're getting a normal variation of both of them?
There is a normal version of the Gemini 2.
Yeah.
A 1 in 6 chance of spawning it on the 7 branded one spawner.
It's this one.
As for the Evo City,
No.
it wasn't particularly popular. That's how it was before. It was completely unbranded.
I
standard
would
livery.
say
And that's
do
how
it
it's
as
been
I would
since
say do it as a
release.
1 in 6 like the G2.
Nah.
Maybe.
Just to try and see
I
if
mean,
that
it would
works.
change it up because most of them will have a branded one, and then it'll just give them that little bit of excitement. Oh, got a normal one.
Yeah.
At least it's not as bad as the original Gemini we had when V5 first launched, which had this moron's face plastered all over it.
What a man.
What a man. But I think that is everything. I'm going to ignore William's comment because he's just doing me. We're not going to.
Well, make time because I've still got to get back to Woodville Depot to end off my stream. So,
Okay, well, in that case, William, no, trainings haven't been implemented as of yet. We don't know if they are going to be. We've got to put the feelers out to the admin team. I got a brief, practically yes, but we'd have to go into discussions on how that's going to work. It's not just going to happen just like that. So yes,
a
you
lot
may
has
have
changed
heard
on
them.
our end.
Yes.
However-
and we
shift-wise
can't
for me-
consistently do them anymore.
however,
Yeah.
this training is not the training will not include how to do a 3-point turn because if you
Yeah.
don't know how to do that, why are you playing Roblox?
why are you here, bro? Bum, bum. Yeah, I got a YouTube notification. Don't worry about
You
it.
have
I'm
YouTube
ignoring it.
notifications turned on.
It's just every now and again.
I don't even have them turned on to notify me.
Well, that's
Yeah,
because
we're
you
well-
have no
we're well-
life.
We're well aware. We're well aware, Kelvin. Wood uses the same excuse. Oh, we won't play OMSI because he plays real life OMSIs.
So does he.
Not anymore. He doesn't. He'd rather work with chicken. William says Shadow do CBS and other
No! I am a free wolf that deserves his own free thinking. You cannot force me to do things the way I want them to do 'em.
You might still have a license, Kelvin. How you still have said license, I am very, very concerned about. But you know,
I don't think he's one that's too concerned about his daughter's life. I think that's the one that remains.
The
oh,
thing
now
is-
he's trying to be a turd. But Alan's always free to call me if you need to drive one for a bus or coach with 42 or more seats.
Why 42?
Is that where his license cuts off?
What about E4? No, 42 or more. What about
No,
E14?
we just need to give him a transit van to play G20 at some point.
They've got no brakes.
That's the fun of it. He's gonna try and he's gonna try and work out how to stop without using brakes.
No, without using a Ford KA as a fucking car. Sorry, I know it really upsets you, but it's just too fun.
Hey,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're rejoining the
there's a
admin,
photo of
if
it.
you're going to rejoin the admin team, you got to deal with this on a daily basis now.
Oh,
Oh, he
real
knows.
life Omsid.
He
It's
knows.
real life Omsid. You with him.
Yes. Hence the
Get
comment.
out. Get out. Even he's better than you.
I couldn't give a flip. He's fucking not better than me. He flips chicken for a fucking living. Jesus Christ. He chose leaving an industry which he's quite clearly interested in because he's just incapable at driving in a straight line and stopping. And he decided to go and play with chicken instead because it doesn't require him to drive and use brakes.
And it's the only breasts he's ever going to touch.
Truth.
Yeah, that's because he's the same way inclined as you are. You don't exactly have a go in for that.
I thought Jack had his own breast to play with.
Oh, he does. We're not going to go into that right now. But,
That's
yeah,
not.
that's,
I'm sorry,
that's
Jack.
absolutely
I kind of had to. I mean, we're past the watershed, so.
I mean, yeah, that's true. That's true. In that case, game on. We're not doing that.
According to my clock on my wall right here, we're past the watershed now. So yeet. Fuck the
I
rules.
think the watershed was a thing on YouTube, to be honest. Do what you want.
Yeah, we still get penalised for it, I think.
Do what you want, because a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Anywho's, I am going
And the
to
movie swiftly on.
and,
Anyway.
end my part there. I'm going to go play with the Gemini.
And on that bombshell, everybody, back to the
It's
studio.
time to end.
Thanks very much for watching.
Yeah.
Have a good night. Good night.
And back to the studio.
Why am I here?
Why are you here?